This is Chunk Yanille. I spent 1,000 hours completing every possible task in Yanille, but now I'm exploring the world one chunk at a time. Last episode, I invested over 100 hours in one chunk, obtaining every single item from Castle Wars. Now, with the grind complete, it's time to roll a random new one and take on whatever challenges it has to offer, even if that means taking on a death chunk. Hello and welcome back. Last episode was so much fun playing Castle Wars and getting every single item from the reward shop. This is the first fully green collection log on the account that's so good to see. We're about to roll a chunk. Here's what the current chunk map looks like. I'm honestly hoping to roll anything except numbers 4 or 5. That's the Fight Arena chunk and the Hazelmere chunk, neither of which are particularly bad, but they roll me towards my nearest death chunk, Port Khazard. There I'd be stuck doing hundreds of hours of fishing trawler. Any other chunk would be fine, I think. Let's jump into the chunk roll. Whew, you guys, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I am nervous. I've been nervous all day. Okay, let's head over to the chunk picker. It's so nerve-wracking. This is the future of the account. It's every time it's like, oh, what could happen? Okay, here we go. Pick a chunk. Here we go. Let's see it. The new chunk. What is it? What is it? Oh, okay. Oh man, oh, we're going south. Utanoth Island. You know what? I'm happy about that. Take me there. All right, let's go there. You guys ready? And so we marched over to a chunk that I was actually deeply familiar with. If you don't remember, in episode 3, I spent hours and hours learning how to lure these dwarves out of this chunk. It was painful, but this is my chance for revenge. All right, here we are at the chunk border. The dwarf chunk has been unlocked, finally. Oh yeah, this feels good. This feels really good. I spent so long killing these stupid dwarves. Bronze bar immediately, look at that. So what else is here in this chunk? Let's explore the boundaries a little bit. Broken arrows, okay. This is a cool little area. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can get onto this island. There's a rope spawn. Oh, this is huge. You need to go in the whole southwest of Ogre City. No. You gotta go in here, right? To the island. It's one step closer to completing Watchtower. What's in this corner of the chunk? Attempting to have a chunk roll stream where I don't walk out of my chunk borders. There is a bear. Okay. There wasn't much else in the chunk since a lot of it is water, so it's time to talk about it. The chunk tasks. What do we have to do here?
Yeah, what do you have to do here?
Wait, alien food? Mr. Unguided himself? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just watching your video. Carry on.
No, how are you here?
Oh yeah, I'm using Moonbounce. Come and join me.
Oh, right, Moonbounce, the sponsor of today's video. Let's go hang out on your channel while I explain. Moonbounce is a brand new way to experience the internet, the multiplayer internet. Created by Runescape players looking to recapture the casual social experience of chopping willows in Draenor, Moonbounce is a lightweight browser extension that turns any web page into a place to hang out with friends, collect loot, and play minigames. Add friends so you can teleport to wherever they are on the internet and share in the rewards. Grab collectible items that can be worn for Fashionscape or crafted into even rarer loot. And the best part, Moonbounce is free to play and takes seconds to set up. And don't worry, it's totally non-intrusive and respects your privacy. No data collection or crypto involved. If you're watching this video as it goes live, I'll be hanging out here giving away some exclusive channel-themed loot. Download Moonbounce at the link below and jump in for a chance at a wizard hat to rep the Wizards Guild, a steel med helm for some Yanillian cosplay, or even a beaver plushie hat for all my Lumbington fans out there. Plus, a limited number of people will find a super rare item that gets them a unique role in my Discord server. Moonbounce just launched their beta. Get it now and you can be one of the first to join and get your hands on limited edition items that might become the new party hats. So hop on and I'll see you on the internet. The multiplayer internet. Okay, let's jump back into talking about the new chunk and the tasks that come along with it. If you go back a few episodes, you'll see that I ranked this chunk decently high, a 6.5 out of 10. That might have been a bit optimistic. Back then, I didn't quite grasp the reality of this chunk. Let me explain. The tasks here are fletch an iron crossbow unstrung with 39 fletching. Wield a steel warhammer with 5 strength. Obtain a steel square shield. Obtain a steel knife. Smelt a gold bar with superheat item requiring 40 smithing. and smith a bullseye lantern from a steel bar, requiring 49 smithing. Okay, so if you haven't picked up on the theme yet, this chunk is a smithing grind. The main unlock of the chunk are these dwarves. Their drop table looks like this: bars and ores for bronze, iron, and steel. Normally, 49 smithing wouldn't be too tough of a challenge. I'm currently at level 28, but we have to talk about smithing for a second. For a normal account, smithing has 3 parts. It starts with ores mined from a rock. Next, you put those ores in a furnace and turn them into bars. And last, you smith those bars on an anvil. Even in the main game, smithing is a notoriously tedious skill, but what if you take away not just 1, but 2 of those core components? The only thing I have is an anvil. No furnace, no rocks, just an anvil and some dwarves. And if I want to turn ores into bars, I have to use this superheat item spell, which costs 4 fire runes and 1 nature, and outputs exactly 1 bar per cast. And remember, I can't use the rune shop in the Wizards Guild because Jagex apparently thinks I'm a bot for not having done the Hand in the Sand quest. So how am I gonna get all those runes? Well, let's lay out the plan for this chunk. I call this the Josh gets 49 smithing in the worst way ever plan. Step 1, kill dwarves. Lots of dwarves. On average, dwarves are worth less than 3 smithing XP per kill, so yeah, lots of dwarves. Step 2, go inside the Wizards Guild and kill wizards. Lots of wizards. I'm gonna need tons of runes for superheat. According to my calculations, it should take about 12 wizard kills on average to cast superheat once. And step 3, do this until level 40, where I have an idea to hopefully speed up training and kill less dwarves. And wizards, but we'll have to see if we can get there. So let's get to it. So this is the gear that I have leaving Castle Wars. This gold sword is like an adamant longsword. And here we are, the new chunk. This marks day 1 of officially killing dwarves. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm starting to think it might be quite a long time. At least I get to take revenge on these dwarves. You've caused me so much pain. Now it's your turn. And we're getting some of the drops we need already. Looking for bronze bars, iron ore, all that stuff, coal even now, and the runes, those will be nice too. Every drop is useful. I will say that the 5-tick attack speed of this weapon does not feel that bad, and seeing some beefy new max hits like 13 and 14, that is amazing. Okay, I just ran out of run energy, and one thing that is becoming very obvious to me very quickly is that this gear may be a bit overkill. I don't think the dwarves have hit me 1 time, so we're going to maybe pare this down a little bit, because there is a lot of running around involved. As you can tell, these dwarves are very mobile. Hey look, I made a friend. Alright, it's already day 3 of killing dwarves, and I can confirm that, yep, this gear needs to change. I think we're going minimalistic, just weapon, boots for the strength bonus, and a cape and a halo, and the necklace for pure vibes. Yeah, this should be good. Oh my god, the first level's in. I have no idea how long. That feels so nice to see 77 hit points and 92 combat. I honestly feel like I forgot what combat levels feel like to get. So I'm quite a few inventories in, and you can see I'm actually using my steel spear that I got a few episodes ago. The gold sword is awesome for hitting harder, but given that it attacks 20% slower than the spear, it's in kind of an awkward place for the dwarves. I can't one-shot them, but I also can't hit my max hit twice in a row, which kind of kills the DPS. I know the gold sword will be useful down the line, but just not here. And there it is, 71 attack. This grind is going to take quite a while. I'm gonna be interested to see where the melees end off at the end. Alright, it's the end of day 4 of dwarves. I've been putting in some pretty serious hours here, and I have enough resources banked to get a mini milestone, level 35 smithing. Being at level 28, these 7 levels will double my current smithing XP. And I'm actually pretty excited about these first few levels. There's some actual upgrades in here. I do have one problem though. More than half my banked XP is in the ores, which are useless in their current state. I need to turn them into bars with superheat, which you know what that means. It's time for step 2 of the plan. Kill wizards. Lots of wizards. So there is one spot that's best to kill the wizards in the Wizards Guild. It's actually up here on the 3rd floor. There's 3 wizards up here, and they're all in one nice enclosed area. One thing I have done as a precaution up here is actually turn off the left-click enter magic portal option on the 3 magic portals around the room. If you've never seen these or never even knew they were here, they're the ones that teleport you to the different wizards towers around the game, and the reason I have those chunks rollable on the chunk picker. Definitely don't want to be accidentally clicking those. Oh yeah, 5 fire runes, baby. The wizards have a pretty interesting drop table. They actually have 2 drops of fire runes. In fact, 2 drops of a lot of different types of runes on their drop table. Though, like I said earlier, when you average it out, it's about 12 wizards per superheat. And because I'm close enough to a bank, yes, I'm going to be picking up basically everything these guys drop. Why not have a stack of, like, I don't know, a couple hundred mind talismans and blue wizard robes at the end?
Not gonna lie, it feels really good spending some time in the guild that I took so long to unlock. I basically unlocked it and immediately left Yanille, but it feels great to be back here.
Look at my health right now, man. 16 HP? I could actually die to these wizards. I have been here for quite a while, but it's shocking that they can even hit on me consistently enough to bring my HP down. Never thought I'd be baking potatoes again, but here I am. Another mind talisman. Mind talisman, these okay, yeah, no, that's not. And there we go, a book of knowledge. I've been waiting for a book of knowledge for actually quite a while. So far, I've been lamping Hunter, and I wanted to stop at this exact level, so here it is, 16 Hunter. I'm not gonna put any more books on that for the time being. Everything else should go into smithing from here on out, which should help actually a lot. Hey, another water talisman. Mind water talisman. Why am I even doing this? Please subscribe. I'm already losing my mind over here. All right, we've got 19 hit points and a huge inventory full of runes. This should be enough to superheat all the ores that I have in my bank right now. All right, it is time for the first bit of smithing XP of the episode. Always one of my favorite activities. Superheating is so chill. Not gonna lie, seeing the 6 and 7 XP drops of this is just a little bit depressing. Takes so long to collect these supplies, and the XP is not very much. But you know what? Every bit counts, so I guess we take those. And this is the last chunk of tin ore that got us most of the way through this level, so let's go ahead and smith these bars. I haven't thought of anything better to make than just good old knives. I don't have a reliable source of feathers for the bolts or the arrow tips, and nothing else seems particularly useful, so bronze knives it is. Let's do this. And the first level of the grind, 29 smithing. Making these knives really takes me back. Thankfully this time I'm not worried about how many I have or how many I'm saving or even what I'm using them for. They're just gonna go in the bank until I can use them for something down the line. Think anybody's ever made bronze knives in Yanille while dressed like this before? I highly doubt it. But there it is, a big milestone, 30 smithing. This is gonna let us superheat our steel bars. 31 smithing. This is a big unlock right here, the steel axe. That will be a massive improvement over the iron axe I had access to before. Actually, I just interrupted my smithing because I remembered I need to make 1 pair of iron limbs so that I can complete a chunk task to make an iron crossbow unstrung. There we go. Chunk task complete. And we are already out of iron bars. This is going to be the end of the iron bars, but it's okay because we're already at level 32 smithing steel maces. Another interesting option. I love being able to smith my own gear and find items that have niche uses like prayer bonus on a mace. To me, that is what 1 chunk is all about. All right, those out of the way, it's time to superheat our very first the very first steel bar. So many new items unlocked with this. You love to see a level from superheat. 33 smithing. I've probably said this in the past, but another nice thing about superheat is the fact that iron ore typically has a 50% chance to fail in a regular furnace, but superheat makes it happen 100% of the time. So let's go ahead and start making some of the one-off items that I'm most excited about. The axe, the mace, and I think I'll toss the rest of these on bolts. Oh, look at that, 37 XP at a time. That is so beautiful. Level 34. We do have one more cool unlock at 35, so hopefully we have enough supplies to get there. I think now would be a good time to chuck this lamp onto smithing. My very first lamp on smithing. There we go, 340 smithing XP. And we are level 35 smithing. We can smith steel scimitars amongst a bunch of other stuff, but mostly steel scimitars. Let's make one now. You can see right away +2 melee strength and some attack bonus. I do believe that it's going to be a pretty notable DPS increase over the steel spear. And the big difference being that I can use aggressive attack style, getting that invisible +3 strength bonus. That's super important over the steel spear, which all of its attack styles are either shared XP or defense XP. So you just can't train strength on it, and you can't get that invisible +3 strength bonus. Another small bonus of the steel scimitar is that I get to wear a shield. I think my plan now is just to get some more fire runes, stock up on those so I have guaranteed superheats in the bank. While I kill some wizards in the background, I'm happy to say that I've got some more fun Yanille facts for you, and this one has got to be one of my favorite I've ever discovered. It's all about this building right here. How much time have you spent in here? Perhaps you've been to the basement to mage some zombies behind bars? Or maybe you've used the Rune Essence Mine teleport. More than likely, you've bought runes from Wizard Akutha or Mystic Robes from Wizard Senina. And the top floor has those portals I just mentioned if you want quick access to the Wizard's Tower, Sorcerer's Tower, or Dark Wizard's Tower. But what is the name of this place? Well, the wiki calls it the Wizards Guild. Makes a lot of sense. There are a lot of wizards in here. Zavistic Rarv seems to agree with this name and has lots of dialogue options to confirm it. But wait, then why do these shop menus say Magic Guild Store? Which is it, the Magic Guild or the Wizards Guild? The achievement diary also says enter the Magic Guild, and the doors themselves say Magic Guild Doors. But does that mean Magic Guild Doors or Magic Guild Doors? Like, are they magic doors like the magic portals? And if you thought that was confusing, this guy has yet another name for it. Welcome to the Magician's Guild. That's a pretty convincing argument, huh? The first guy you talk to when you walk in the doors welcomes you to it with that name, but he's also the only one who calls it this. The bottom line is that I have discovered an unsolved mystery of what is the true name of this building. If you have any conclusive evidence of what this place is actually called, please leave it in the comments. Anyway, back to the grind. Oh, you love to see a dunce. 525 smithing experience, that is so much. That probably saved me easily half an hour to an hour. Love that. And believe it or not, we are already on wizard kill 4,000. That is the 4,000th That is the 4,000th wizard. Why is that impossible to say? This is pretty slow going. One of the reasons why I was pretty concerned about this. We are already on day 7 of this grind, a full week in. And we aren't even a quarter of the way done in terms of XP, but I am happy to say that all the XP randoms are adding up while I kill these guys. Here is 36 smithing off nothing but lamps. This had to have taken around 10 to 15 hours at least. Alright, that will be the last inventory of wizards for now. 1,000 fire runes should, I think, be enough to get us to my next big milestone, which is going to be 40 smithing. Let's go ahead and dump this in here. Oh, that looks so good to see. Almost 1,000 in every single rune. Me from a couple months ago would be overjoyed to see this. But for now, it's back to the dwarves. Every year, the Bullseye Lanterns come back to Yanille for one final migration. Aren't they beautiful? Man, I did not realize the luxury I had with the wizards. These dwarves wander around so much. Like, what are they doing over there? There's this weird path to the trees that the dwarves walk through, and it makes it impossible to find them, and it slows down kills so much. I'm gonna need to figure out a way to fix this and keep kill times consistent, because they're just wandering around way too much. Oh yeah, 83 strength, 93 combat, nice how that lined up. 83 strength is actually huge. The steel scimitar was a big upgrade, but it didn't actually gain me a max hit until just now. There it is, that new 12 max hit. That looks so nice. We're back to the triple dwarf stack, and that is all by myself, baby. No one's helping with that one. Somehow this has never happened before. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, people are actually mining the star here. I only have one mining, so I can't.
Just have to make sure you're all treating Yanille with respect.
Stinky fart.
We doing good,
I
boss.
already peed by the portal.
Keep up the good work.
Good morning, it's the beginning of day 9 and the bank is full again. Also, I'm hoping I might be able to stop counting the days soon, as I have a secret alternative training idea I want to try after using up all the supplies I've gathered so far.
Nice day, huh?
And the first level already, 37 smithing. This is a huge one, probably the most important level before 40. Steel throwing knives. We can do something productive with our steel bars. 38 smithing, steel square shields. I believe that is a chunk task item. We'll get to that in a sec. 39 smithing, steel warhammers. That is a chunk task. We will make one of those momentarily. All right, the 2 chunk task items. First one, a steel warhammer. This requires 5 strength. Thankfully, we have 5 strength, so no big deal. Very nice. And then the other one is a steel square shield. Best defensive bonus is if I'm doing ranged. And I almost forgot, these steel knives are also a chunk task, so there we go. Task complete. We are knocking these tasks out left and right now. I'm so close to a level, I think it's okay. I can sacrifice 10 XP from a lamp to get this level right here. Boom. 40 smithing. Let's go. Oh, that feels so good to see. We can now smelt gold ore. Let's go. Yes. Check this task off. Superheat a gold ore. There we go. 5 out of 6 chunk tasks done already. Let's also go ahead and toss these lamps onto smithing while we're at it. 400 smithing XP. That is so nice to see. That was a ton of XP. We're already happy through this level just from those lamps. Nice. There may be a few questions going on in your head right now. Where did you get that gold ore? What's the super secret training idea? What happens after level 40 in your terrible plan? I can answer all these questions with a single word. Gnomes. One of the first chunks I rolled was this one, the Tree Gnome Village. This place is so much more than meets the eye, and I haven't even used everything that's here yet myself. Right now, we turn to the gnomes who live here, and specifically what's in their pockets. Gold ore, among other things. This may be a little optimistic, but I'm hoping these ores will be my saving grace. Think about it, if every time you click you have a chance at a gold ore, that has to be better than killing dwarves one by one, right? To put it into perspective, so far we've gone from level 28 to 40. That's just around 25,000 XP. But from 40 to 49, it's over 50,000 XP. I'd have to do again what I've done so far, but twice. So let's just hope this works. I really haven't spent much time in the maze, so this is gonna be a bit of a learning experience, but we're gonna try pickpocketing these gnomes now. So the gnomes don't do very much damage, only 1 damage per fail, but their fail rate is exceptionally high. And they have tons of stuff on their drop table. Obviously, we're here for the gold ore, but there are a couple other things I think I'd keep as well, such as that, a fire orb. This isn't an item I've shown before. These things are used to make fire battle staff, which gives infinite fire runes. It's so close to being able to solve all of my problems, but I would need a much higher crafting level to attach this to a battle staff, which is also an item I don't have, so it's just taunting me. I'm trying to lure a gnome into this little corner right here so I can keep him still while I pickpocket him, but I need to attack them and not kill them, and that's so hard. I kill them every time. Look at all these bones. I can't not one-shot a gnome. I never realized this would be such a problem. Come on. No. God, they're just so weak. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, back here maybe? No, 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 no. Yes, we did it. Quick, go, go. No, 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 no. Oh, this is gonna be such a pain to set up. I think we got it. Please go, go, go. Oh, yes, yes. God, that was so tricky, and he's only gonna be here for 5 minutes. One nice thing is these guys drop so much food. You can remove the toad's legs and eat them for 3, and the king's worm also heal for 2, and they only deal 1 damage per, so I'm definitely not gonna run out of health here. But I also haven't gotten any gold ore yet, so this might be a huge letdown, but I'm still holding out hope. He just despawned for not moving for 5 minutes, and I didn't get a single gold ore. So that doesn't exactly bode well for this. Although I did just get this guy right in here, so okay, we'll try again. We'll try again. Can I get a singular gold ore? Oh, there's something new. 1 earth rune. Yo! 1 earth rune. Wow. Yeah. Okay, 10 minutes in, and we get our first gold ore. I don't know. I don't know if that's real. I feel like this game just knows that I want gold ore and it's just not giving it to me. So I'm gonna try this for at least this afternoon and make sure that it's as bad as it seems here, because I really just feel like I'm getting unlucky. Second gold ore. We are 182 pickpockets in, and that is my second gold ore. Based on the rate, I should have 10 or 11, unless the rates are wrong, which also seems possible. I don't know. Please tell me that Niles did not just mess up my save spot. Oh my god. Okay, this feels like probably where to stop. This is the efforts of at least 2 hours of work, 14 gold ore, and some fire orbs. Not the best. Oh god, I think this is not the method I want to use. I was so excited for this. I mean, look how much money that is. And the fire orbs are so cool, but I just don't think this is even close to compete with dwarves for XP per hour. Well, back to the dwarves it is. Definitely a disappointing way to end the day, but we keep at it. Guess it's time to buckle in for a much longer grind than expected. Haha, I've been waiting for this moment. I have switched to a Jagex account. I could not pass up those lamps. Let's go. Throw that on smithing immediately. Some take the high road. Some take the low road. But personally, I take the Manta road. That's right. So, Varlamore dropped today, and out of pure frustration of the fact that I can't do it, I have completely reorganized my bank. So I no longer have a whole tab of random junk at the front. We've got gear I actually use, runes, talismans, smithing and crafting supplies, food, potions, random items I'm not gonna use, and all the random stuff to the back. So finally, I have tabs that make sense. It's the start of day 11, and now that I know I'm gonna be here for probably around a month of my life, I'm starting to work out the best way to approach killing these dwarves. Like I said before, the biggest issue is how much they move around. It's time to get smart about this. There are 4 dwarves and they spawn on these tiles. If I stand here, I can tag all 4 of them using magic as they spawn. The tricky part is that it's not multi-combat, so I'll have to get creative with the obstacles to be able to stack them up. This is the kind of efficiency I'm after. We're back to the elusive triple dwarf stack. I love it. Okay, the mage attempt was an interesting one, but now I've got another idea. See what's in my hand there? I brought my bronze knives with me. This might be a little overambitious as my supplies to smith bronze knives are really limited, but I do want to give it a shot at least for a little bit since I am smithing tons of knives here. I can already tell this would be amazing if I didn't have to pick up my ammo, but I just can't leave it on the ground. I can't justify that when I have such limited supply, but it is faster being able to range. Oh, I wish I had a bow so bad. A bow would change everything. I literally had a dream last night that I got a bow somehow, just like a regular short bow, and it would make this so much faster. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. All right, it's time to go into the lab. I need to figure out whether using these knives actually increases my kills per hour and what my actual kills per hour is, because right now I'm kind of guessing and I want to know how long this grind is actually going to take. So I'm going to do 1 hour full concentration killing these guys with the knives, and then I'm going to do 1 hour without the knives, just melee, and see what my kills per hour is with each. All right, this is the time. This will be the final dwarf. 1 hour on the clock. As you can see, we filled up 2 inventories. Looks like 286 dwarves killed in this hour. That's not a bad rate. That's actually a little bit higher than I've been calculating, so that's good. Obviously, this is full effort. Let's try the melee only version and see if it's actually higher or not. 84 strength in the middle of this. Not going to change VMAX hit, so it doesn't really affect the data, but it is nice to be getting these strength levels. All right, time's up. There is my random event right on the hour. Beautiful. We're gonna take a look at how many dwarves that was right after I do this random event. There we go. I have to say the results of this experiment were really surprising. I actually ended up killing more dwarves with the melee only method. In fact, a lot more dwarves. 286 were killed with the knives,
and 364 were killed with just melee. It all had to do with the method I was using, basically constantly corralling the dwarves into the middle and standing right next to their spawns. It was super high intensity, but it increased kills per hour to a level that I was really not expecting and would make a huge impact on this grind.
All right, mystery box time. Something good? Let's see it. Nothing. Oh, wait. Look at that message. You would have received an easy clue scroll. This is a new message they added with the change that just came out to clue scrolls. If you didn't hear about it, they totally changed how clue juggling works. In the past, restricted accounts would drop doable clue steps on the ground, trying to find multiple clues with those steps, but they had to keep re-dropping them every few minutes to prevent them from despawning. This is how I got an easy clue casket back in episode 6. But now, clues will sit on the ground for up to an hour before despawning. This makes clue juggling way less stressful and gave me an idea. Dwarves drop beginner clues. I had banked one a while ago and haven't thought much about it since. It's the clue to talk to Cedrador at the Wizard's Tower. I kept this one because it's the only step in a chunk I can actually roll. I'd never considered juggling beginners, but with so many kills to go and with juggling being so easy, I figure why not? Especially when you consider what's on the beginner casket drop table. Bows, black tools, and elemental staves, any of which would be game-changing. Alright, it's been a while since I've done this, but there's the first clue. Let's take a look, see what it is. Could it be a Wizard's Tower step? Nope. 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 What? The rare drop table and a clue scroll in one? Wow. And nope. Bruh. Back to back. Nope. Oh, it's so close, dude. Oh, it's on the Wizard's Tower, but I don't have a spade. Ugh, I guess I keep it for now, but I don't think I can ever do this, or at least in a time frame that makes any sense. Oh, what? A back-to-back? Another one? What? What? I'm stacking up clues I can't even use. What the? You know, I get it. Sometimes you just gotta kill one dwarf and bury its bones, just to feel something. Where do these dwarves think they're going, dude? What in the world? This is what makes this take so long when they walk halfway across the map. Like, seriously, what? Oh my god, a third one! What? This is like legitimately rude. I have 3 and I can't use any of them if I actually get it. That is so frustrating. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, yes. Finally, we have 2 that I can complete if I roll Wizard's Tower. That is so good. Oh, I really want Wizard's Tower now. That is a very good shot at a casket, and I expect that I may get a third. I just don't think it's going to be that hard. There aren't that many beginner clue steps. We interrupt your regularly scheduled massacre for some fun Yanille facts about dwarves, but actually just about RuneScape. Allow me to explain. Have you ever thought about an NPC's wander range? Or why some monsters seem to follow you in combat halfway across the map? Ever since I landed in this chunk, I've been curious about why exactly these dwarves move around so much. In classic me fashion, I couldn't help myself and I had to peek under the hood, and what I found is really interesting. It turns out that NPCs have a ton of different ranges, but the 2 we care about right now are the wander range and the max range, which is how far an NPC will follow you in combat. One thing I found fascinating is that these 2 are not mathematically connected. They could be any 2 numbers chosen manually by the devs. And the other interesting thing is that nobody knows the numbers. Well, not nobody, but they're not well documented. So I had to do some research myself. There's a plugin that helps visualize these ranges. It's called Radius Markers. Wander range is yellow and max range is magenta. This is what the range looks like for men. It's a 5-tile wander radius and a 7-tile max radius. This explains why back in episode 4, I was able to lure the men around this table in combat, but they would never wander back on their own. This side of the table isn't in their 5-tile wander radius. Now for the dwarves. Their wander radius is definitely bigger than 5 tiles. I've been manually tracking this westmost spawn to see just how far west he'll walk. Okay, this looks like it might be the edge of his wander range. If I trap him here by this plant and he never moves, that'll confirm it. God, this is the kind of research that my life has become. Tracking the wander range of dwarves. Okay, a few minutes later and he hasn't moved, so that confirms it. The dwarves have a wander radius of 13 tiles, almost 3 times that of men, and his wander range is all the way out to here, 15 tiles from his spawn. That means any given dwarf could follow you from one side of their range to the other and cross 30 tiles. That's almost half the entire chunk. So yeah, I think I'm pretty justified in thinking these dwarves wander obnoxiously far. Big levels, 85 strength, 94 combat. What in the world? Never seen that one before. It is the end of day 15. We're over 2 weeks into this grind already. And if I have to kill another dwarf right now, I will lose my mind. So I just have to do something else. And besides, I've got a ton of resources in the bank now, definitely a few levels. I'm gonna switch over to wizards now and restock on superheats. Yo, that is the 6th XP random in my inventory. The last clip had 3, so that tells you just how long it's been. If I haven't mentioned it already, the best way to use these lamps is just save them and use them all at the highest level you can to get the most XP out of them. So I'm saving these until after I use all my supplies. My inventory is getting very clogged, making picking up all this random crap a little more tedious. I think I'm gonna stop doing that for now and only pick up the talismans as they may have a use later. Another one. 7 lamps in the inventory. Each one of these cuts down the grind time by around an hour. All right, as we head out of here, I have my total fire rune stack with me right now, looking at 1,300. I think that should be enough to get me to 45 smithing. And I've got all my beginner clues on the ground. My inventory is just a little clogged with all the lamps, but I think it's gonna be okay. Let's get to working on some smithing. 41 smithing. We can make steel chain bodies. Let me get back to you on that in 1 sec. 1 steel chain body coming up. Now I can finally be complete. Hello, fellow soldier. Finally, my dreams of looking exactly like the soldiers are almost complete. Just need some leather gloves to finish off the look, but I'd say it's pretty close. I'm definitely just gonna wear this around. I've been thinking and I've decided that instead of knives, I'm gonna make arrow tips. Hopefully this isn't too controversial, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I know you guys are really attached to the knives, but for real, I figure having banked fletching XP is probably just better, even if I can't make arrows at this point. 42 smithing, just 7 levels left. 43 smithing, 44 smithing. 1 more for our mini goal here. This almost feels rude. 67 magic. We're not supposed to be training magic. We're supposed to be training smithing. And here we go, the last one for 45 smithing. Very nice. Over 60,000 experience. And now I'm finally gonna get to use all these lamps. Don't actually know how far this is gonna get us, but should be a decent way to this next level. This always feels so good. That was almost 4,000 experience. Over halfway to the next level. Ah, it's beautiful to see. Sadly, I must put away my soldier cosplay and go back into the dwarf killing outfit. Well, took long enough. We are on day 19, almost 3 weeks in, and that is the first part of the key that I've seen from these guys' rare drop table. There it is, the 3rd beginner clue. Look at that. We have got 2 Wizard's Tower clues on the ground right here. That makes 3 guaranteed beginner casket if we can roll the Wizard's Tower chunk. That is hype. Nice, 75%. Let's see some coal. Yes! Yes! I don't care about double steel arrow roll. 51 coal is excellent. Oh, we love to see that. And there we go. A complete key from the dwarves. That really speaks to how long I've been doing this. And another one. Oh my god. The clue scrolls are getting out of control. Oh, yes. 80 hit points, 95 combat. That's a level I've been looking forward to for a long time. I really just feel like that really demonstrates the length of time that this has taken. 80 hit points on an account like this is so much. Yes, 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 yes. Another 52 coal. Oh, that is huge. Yes.
That puts me so close to being done with this grind. Oh my god, that's so lucky. Oh, that feels so good. Just a few more inventories full of dwarf loot and then some wizards and then we are done. Yes! Oh, shout out to random events. Those have been so good.
On the topic of random events, before we wrap up here, I have some fun random event facts for you. There's been a lot of discussion around how exactly randoms spawn. Many people know that they have a chance to spawn every 5 minutes of in-game time, and that there are some places where they can't spawn. I thought I knew most of what there is to know, but I discovered that info had been added to the wiki that I hadn't seen before, so let me share it with you. First of all, random events aren't actually random. That is, it's not a random chance per 5 minutes to get an event. It works like this. Once you get one, the game picks a time 1 to 2 hours in the future and will try to give you an event then. Let's call that the random event timer. Interestingly, this timer is ticking even if you're not online. If you do happen to be logged off when the timer goes off, it'll extend the timer by 10 to 70 minutes. That's why sometimes it's possible to log on and get a random event in the first 10 to 15 minutes. The timer is still counting down in the background. On the other hand, if the timer goes off while you're standing in a place where random events can't spawn, such as most banks or instanced areas like your POH, you'll most likely just miss your chance altogether and have to wait another hour or two. I say most likely because we're not 100% sure on this detail. We're just hoping that Modash's memory serves him on this one correctly. Anyway, for the 5 of you watching that this information is actually useful to, you're welcome. The rest of you, well, now you're carrying around more useless information about this game with you, so you're also welcome. Anyway, may the random event RNG be with you, and let's get back to finishing this grind. And this will be dwarf kill number 23,000. I'll put the loot tracker up on screen now. This will be the last inventory and we're done killing dwarves. Unfortunately, I lost a couple of kills, but the final total was actually closer to 25,000. Oh, this feels so good. We have so many supplies and all that's left is gathering up some more runes to superheat all this ore and smith it for those final levels. Yes. And of course, we can't forget this literal army of clue scrolls I have here. If we make it to the Wizard's Tower, I'm gonna be so hyped. 87 strength. The XP has been flowing lately as I've put in some super sweaty hours over the last couple of days. We're already on day 24, well over 3 weeks into just killing dwarves and wizards. Oh, another random event thing, you cannot have 2 books of knowledge at the same time. If you try to, you'll get something else like coins or a gem. So always use your book of knowledge before going into a dunce random. Nice. Yes, I think that is the last random event lamp I need. So many runes, so many kills, so many lamps, so much time. And here it is. We're gonna end this grind off with a nice round 13,000 wizard kills. I'm done. I'm done. Oh man. Woo. I'm done. Now I just have to smith all these, but oh, that is so good. And right as I'm done there, somebody runs through the portal. It's the first time anybody's actually come up here to use the portal. Whoever you just were, thank you for being the last thing that I will see up here for a long time. Make a big stack of all of my clue scrolls. It's the end of an era for me. Every day of my life, killing dwarves, killing wizards. It has been such a climb, but oh, let's look at these runes. Oh, dude. Me from like 4 months ago would be so jealous of me right now with all of those elemental runes and mind runes. Oh, the stacks are looking so good. I am ceremoniously putting away my weapons. Goodbye. Oh, I'm so glad to not be carrying those around right now. Let's do some superheating. 46 smithing, just 3 more to go. Getting a little too excited with my superheats. There's no feeling quite like putting bars on anvils and smacking it with a hammer. 47. Oh yes, finally those Shazian. What is that what they look like? Looks like a Who's That Pokemon?
That's a big one. 48 smithing, steel plate bodies. That is the end of kind of the normal steel tier of smithing. But of course, we still have one last thing to make the bullseye lantern frame at 49. That means that it is time to use all of my books of XP. This never gets old. It really doesn't. When things happen so slowly on a one chunk account, making instant progress like this feels so good. And we just have a chunk of XP left to finish the goal. 49 smithing. Oh, it's such an easy level to get normally, but for me, this means everything. Finally. God, this has been a skill I've been dreading, and I can't believe that we are done. Smith, a bullseye lantern. It's over. It's actually over. Oh man, that was probably the most intensely I've played this game in a long time, if not ever. And that's it. That is chunk complete. All the chunk tasks are done. Well, it's been nearly a month-long journey to get to this point, but it's finally time to say goodbye to this chunk. Before we roll, here's some end-of-episode stats that I thought you might find interesting. This chunk took 160 hours to complete, and I gained a total of 3 million XP this episode. Of that 3 million, 63% was strength XP, 17% was hit points XP, and only 2.6% was smithing XP, the grand total of which came out to be about 80,000. Divide that by 160 hours, and that makes this almost exactly 500 smithing XP per hour. But that's in the past, and right now, we have a chunk to roll. Let's hop over to the chunk rolling stream. Chunk tasks are complete. Let's roll a chunk. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Please something good. Please something good. Oh god. Wizard's Tower, come on. Oh god. No, I mean yes, but no. Oh man, fight arena complete the quest. We're doing a quest, you guys. First quest. With fight arena unlocked, we're one step closer to a death chunk. But I'll have to see you next time for my first ever quest points. Oh, and as you might be able to guess, that's not the only thing we rolled. Come on, please, not Portcaster. Oh my god, no way, dude, no. Subscribe to see what's coming in the future. I'll see you there.